hijacked, Gary.
Hey, I saw that. I didn't realize that I could be hijacked on this thing. So this is really important, though. Thank you, Quinn. That was awesome. This is really important. That it's really important that coaches share their story with all their clients, okay? It's very important. And it's very important that you don't just share it once, but you share it even through your coaching with them. Because you're a client too. You've got the same issues that they have. And they need to know that. That brings them closer to you. And if you become really an authentic coach and you don't just pontificate what they should do.
Mm-hmm.
Pontificate what they should do, you'll lose them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you share with them, hey, this was my journey too. This is my problem. This was my struggles. The reason I use this food is because of the logistical barrier. I need it easy. I'm busy. I have this, and now we're transforming. Whatever it is, be authentic. Let them know that you are a client and that you have your own health coach. You know, that you're a client too. You're just helping everybody's helping each other on their journey. That's super important for people. Okay. Okay. Any questions on what we do? Yeah, Christy.
Okay, so I'm new to this. So you said I help people overcome. I missed some words in there.
Well, there's two barriers, and we can get deeper into it later for the sake of time. But they're called the logistical barrier and the psychological barrier.
But what was your sentence? You said at the very beginning. I help people.
I help people overcome the two real barriers to getting healthy.
Oh, okay.
And remember, it doesn't matter how you say it. So you don't have to write it down word for word. You're going to say it in your way, but you're going to use the principle, which is helping people overcome those two barriers.
Yeah.
Say it any way you want to say it. If you're from Minnesota, use your Minnesota dialect. You know, if you're from the South, use the South way. But the facts are the same, right? How you get there is different. Okay. Any questions on like what you would share with people about what you're doing? Is that comfortable for everyone? Corey, what about you and Michelle? Does that sound comfortable for you guys as you listen to this?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Anybody have any issues with it? Any questions? Okay. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so two things. One is there's a new system that the Team Global Executive Committee, which Greg and Whitney, our mentors, are on this committee. It's only a handful of people, are coming up to really simplify systems for all of us, okay? So everybody kind of agrees that you do it your way with your flavor, but this has been the most powerful system to use in order to move our businesses forward. And the system is multi-pronged, as you can imagine. But what they came up with is, and this came from Kim Fisk, right? She's the magician of all this stuff. And two things that are going to happen. One, I'm going to go over the basics with you guys right now, okay? I can also email this picture out. I took a picture of her work. She did this at Sundance. This is her actual handwriting. I took a picture of her piece of paper. We sat down and we were at lunch and she was asking what everybody thought. And a lot of the TJEC members really are embracing this, and you'll see why in a minute. And also on Saturday, if you guys don't know, the November 1st, okay, is the San Diego does a health coach training, a live health coach training on Saturday, November 1st from 9 to 12:30 Pacific time. And they are now going to be Zooming it live.
Mm-hmm.
So you can watch the training from the comfort of your own home. Now, if you're in San Diego, we encourage you to go because it's always better to be live. But we're going to be going over this in detail. Me and Greg Rex are doing a presentation together on this in detail. And there's going to be lots of other speakers and stuff going on. I'm not sure about the recording because it is going to take a while. So if you can watch it, that's a great question, Mark. I know that they want to record it, but there's so many segments. We'll see how that happens, okay? But so if you can be there live, great. If you can't, I'll send you out the agenda so you know what is going to happen. So, but anyway, here's the system. And it's really great for all new coaches and new perspectives. Okay, so it's 4 parts. Okay, here's the premise of this part of the system: is one is we're not looking for clients. Okay, we're not trying to get clients. Our goal in this system, this is about getting the word out, right? Remember, like the old collecting yeses, getting the word out. We're not looking for clients. We're making connections and building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's the premise. Okay, so everything goes back to the premise. We're not looking for clients. We're making connections and building relationships. So the first part of that would be bullet number 1 is, what are you personally, you the coach, excited about? And you're mainly excited about your story and your health journey, right? And how well people are doing and how people are getting healthy around you and how you're getting healthy. And you want to learn how to deliver that briefly with authentic emotion. So really honing in how you share your story. And if you need help with that, let's absolutely get together and do that. Now, you always want to be aware of your typical concerns when you are doing this, which is, are you selling them? Are you bugging them? Are you offending them? You don't want to do any of those things. So you have to remember the premise. Your goal is not to look for clients. It's to build connections and build relationships with people. So you're really just excited about your journey and how this is transforming your life. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, about how you share that with all your clients. So see how it's tying in. Your journey is the most inspirational thing you have. We're not selling widgets. We're sharing with people our journey and showing the transformation that we made and that we're becoming role models for them. Okay, so first one, what are you excited about? Your journey, your story, where you're going. Who are you going to tell? So Kim says here that people that you know, they're your treasure. They're your treasure. And she says to stay in warm water as long as you can. And what she means by that is stay close to transforming friends and family, because that's who needs it as well. And your Facebook friends and the people that you know and the connections that you know, like that's your warm market, you know, because you're not selling them anything, you're offering them something, right? Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then she says here, then you have to learn the skill of how to warm your water. And what that means is, how do you take cold water and warm it up? How do you meet someone new? How do you meet someone new and become genuinely, build a relationship with them, and you make them warm water, right? People that you decide you want to work with, right? Because remember, you can build this business based on who you want to work with. You got to think about, who do I want to work with? So that's how you warm your water. We could talk more about how to do that later. And then the idea is to keep adding to your treasure chest. Okay, keep adding to your chest of people that you're building relationships, because always remember the premise. We're not looking for clients. We're making connections and building relationships. The clients, this is a great strategy for this challenge, because that's what we do in the challenge, all these things. And the strategy is that people will show themselves if they're interested, right? You'll have conversations with people. You'll know the type of people that might be interested in becoming coaches or clients. They'll reveal themselves. They'll be excited about what you have to say. So it's a natural process, this process is. So what are you excited about? Your story. Who are you going to tell? People, make them a warm water. Always remember the premise that you're not trying to get clients. You're trying to build a community, build relationships. Number 3, what will you say? Okay, so getting the word out script is the script to help people, introduce people to that you became a coach. It's not to get them, it's to share with them your journey, your story, to share with them that you became a coach to help others, to share with them that if they know people who are looking to get healthy, would you pass on my information? More of like, just pass it on for me. And then they say, sure. And then you say, can I put you on my little connections email that you'll get inspirational stories once every couple of weeks? Sure, that sounds good. And then they go on a connections email, and now you're connected with them. So then you follow up with those who are interested, you know, who want to know more right away. You do the client interview with them based on the client interview sheet that we have now, or the interested script to know the difference in questioning. And then there's another one called the off the hook script.
Mhm.
And the off the hook script is if you ever get to a point where all your conversations with somebody have to do with, the business, and they're starting to avoid you, right? That will happen, and they don't want to talk to you anymore because they know that you're going to talk about this. There's a script that we'll get. It's called Off the Hook, and the idea is that you call them and you leave them a message and let them know that I'm not going to call you about the business anymore, but I don't want you to avoid me. I want to be friends with you, and I won't ask you anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't know how it's exactly worded, but it's a great script to let people know it's okay. I'm not going to bug you, right? It's great. Kim says she has to use it sometimes, but not that often. But when it comes up, at least you have it, right? Because we don't want to lose friends. That's how this is about. Okay, so number one, what are you excited about your story? Who are you going to tell? People. What will you say? We talked about that. We'll talk about that more detail, getting the word out script. What then? That's number 4. Then either they become a new client, right? They either become a new client and you go through the client support, or not now, and they go on your connections email, and you occasionally make phone calls to them and check in on them, right? That's how they become your they stay in pre-client status, but you keep checking in on them because not everybody's ready right now. But that doesn't mean they're not ever going to be ready. That just means they're not ready right now, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so those are the 4 steps. We're going to go over them more in detail at our thing. So I don't have time to do the top 10. I was going to do the top 10 reasons that David Miller said, but I encourage you. Do you guys want me to do that, or we're over? Okay, go online and look at David Miller's video again. And what I recommend you do, this is what I did. Write them down one by one, okay?
Mhm.
Because his top 10 reasons to become a coach are so powerful, right? Would you guys agree? That's the kind of message that we want. I actually copied the URL and sent it to someone and said, watch this.
Mhm.
That's the kind of message that we want to share with people about what is it like to become a coach. So those are such powerful bullet points. That's why I wanted to go over them again. We'll do that maybe at a different time because that's going to keep coming up for me, because if we all can remember these 10 bullet points when you're talking to somebody about becoming a coach, and you could, be able to verbalize some of these reasons why it's so powerful, then I think that'll be great. So with that said, I'm going to end my part. If you guys have anything that you guys want to add before I stop the recording, feel free. Now is your opportunity.
I wanted to ask how to get the video. The Miller video, where?
I'll email it to you, Donna. It's on the challenge, the Meltdown Challenge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anybody
Just
else?
awesome training. No, just thank you so much for awesome training tonight, Gary. It's nice to sink our teeth back in.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad
Good
you
job.
found value tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Gary.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Gary.
Can I just see a show of hands? How many of you have a Facebook page for your coaching business? I'm just curious. David does, Quentin, so 3 of you. Okay.
I'm getting ready to.
Are you? Oh yeah, you're doing a post-challenge one. Okay.
So Vicki, we can talk about that if you want real quick, and I'll keep the recording for anybody thinking about it. A lot of people have client pages, okay? And they do inspirational stuff there, and they try to grow their own, and that's totally fine. I recommend that for your clients. The Facebook page you can do, but we're going to want to hook up your team into team wellness, right? Because Greg and Whitney have a Facebook page where they dispense tons of information and where all that stuff is. And so you can do your own, but if it's for just coaches, you want to make sure you have a big enough organization. If it's for clients, then I recommend doing it.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Michelle and Corey actually were asking because it's on the list of things that they can do as a new coach.
Yes.
And I don't have one myself, and I just didn't know how many of you actually are doing it. I'm not going to do one right now because I can't handle any more.
It takes horsepower, yeah.
It does. And so.
Are you talking about client page or coach?
Client page. Yeah.
So David and Corey, or Corey and Michelle, if you guys want to do that, if you think you can manage that, and once you start getting clients, we'll share with you exactly how to run it. Okay. In the meantime, let's get the clients going. You don't need it right away.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
We didn't know if that was the best way to start getting clients.
Well, the best way to start getting clients, Vicki will talk about that, using Facebook to post before and afters and little inspirational things to get people interested. Yes, but not a specific private client page.
Okay.
Not until you have a lot of clients. Any other, Malcolm?
Just a comment, because I had never even considered doing a Facebook page, but you just kind of tickled an idea inside of me. You're all going to go, Malka, really? That's an aha moment for you, but it is. A lot of the people in my team are expressing, sadness that the challenge is coming to an end, because we all are really enjoying that community of support. So yeah, it takes horsepower. I'm in there 2-3 times a day checking and commenting to everybody, but I love the thought of creating a Facebook page and inviting my current clients and my current challengers to be a part of that and to continue to build our community. I think
it's a great idea, and I totally encourage you doing it. I do. You just know that it takes some horsepower to lead it, right? You got to post things, and you got to keep things going. But there's a lot of people that do that. So I totally encourage it. If you have the bandwidth to do it, totally do it. It will help a lot.
Stacy and I have gotten a lot of our clients from Facebook, because it's just another way, of posting stuff and keeping in mind in front of people, and especially when they join our health page, we post information there, and all of a sudden they want to know more about it. We've had a lot of success with that, and it's
Actually, I never even thought
not onerous.
Okay,
Can I add something there, Gary?
Yeah.
So, Malka, I really agree. I think that we're going to take our 26 people, and we've created a Facebook page. Here's the page. And what we've done is we've invited all 26 of these people to join the Facebook page and continue on with the Incredibles, which is the group. That's our team. So the Incredibles are going to continue on doing things together. And since they're mostly North County people, we're going to meet up next Sunday, and we're going to do a 4-mile beach walk. And the following week, we'll do a 3-mile hike up into the, San Alejo hills. But I really encourage you to hold on to those people. And I don't know if you can see this, but that's the Facebook